People, hello, how are we? Hopefully we're all doing well. Played 20, won 18, drawn 1 and lost 1. Liverpool have to be considered the best team in Europe right now. They simply have to be. They are, at worst, they are the most on form team in Europe. They are on top of 2 leagues. They're on top of the Premier League. They're on top of the Champions League. They're the only team in the Champions League with a perfect record. They have to be considered the best team in Europe right now, the most informed team in Europe. They have to be. There's simply no argument. And let's start with the Champions League. On our return to the Champions League, we've had an absolute masterclass. And it's not like we haven't had tough opposition. We've had tough opposition, but we come out on top every time. We simply find a way. I mean, what's it been? 15 odd years, I think it's been, since Liverpool have beaten Madrid. And they do it 2-0. They make it look easy. They absolutely hammer them. The crowd show up in force. It was unreal. And you can give me this injury talk, but it's not like Liverpool haven't had injuries. You know, missing their starting right back. Now we're missing our starting centre back. #1 goalkeeper, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment. It's like we haven't had our own injuries. Jota, you know, the list goes on. But we find a way. Absolute masterclass. On our return to the Champions League, undefeated. Not just undefeated, having won every single game against top opposition. When you think of the European royalty, you think of Real Madrid. 2-0, we beat them. And we made it look easy on our return. When you think of European success, when you think of European football, the team you think of is Real Madrid, but they came unstuck. Injuries, all you like. But like I said, it's not like Liverpool haven't had injuries, but they made it look easy. They were all over Madrid. All the players had their best game. They were just too good. They won 2-0 to maintain the perfect Champions League start. The champions of Germany beaten 4-0. The champions of Spain and Europe beaten 2-0. And now the champions of England beaten 2-0. We've had tough games. We've dethroned and beaten the champions of Germany. We've dethroned and beaten the champions of Spain and European. We've dethroned and beaten the champions of England 2-0, not conceding a goal against any of them and actually making it look easy whilst we did it. The game against Madrid, the game against City, especially that first half, we absolutely battered them, made it look easy. I don't want to hear it. There is no denying Liverpool is the most on-form team in Europe, the best team in Europe right now. We're on top. And I think Kelleher has presented a real headache for Liverpool right now. Look, I was surprised when we were in the market for another keeper. After his performances last season, I was really surprised to see we were in the market for another keeper. The Georgian guy, I can't remember his name, Masvidal, something like that. But whatever, look, we got another keeper, fine, fair enough. But now Alisson is injured again, and who else but Kelleher to step up and save us the way he did. He's unreal. I really think he could be a #1 for most other sides, especially like most other sides in the Premier League, he starts for. But because we have Alisson, who's our #1, he's our #2. And to replace him, I think it's a bit disrespectful, actually. I think, look, I don't see how we let him go. I don't see how we let him go. I get it, he wants to be a #1. Unless he goes to be a #1 somewhere, I don't see how we let him go. And the same can be said for Conor Bradley, to be fair. And that Man City game, let's talk about that for a second. Look, Man City have been poor recently. I understand that, I get that, but we absolutely hammered them. We beat them 2-0. We could have and perhaps should have put, 7 or 8 past them. Let's be honest here, 6, 7 up past them. Like, we absolutely hammered them. And I know they've been poor recently, I get that, but we made it look so easy, especially in that first half. Listen, there have been some performances, like that Southampton one, where we've looked poor. And we have, but we've somehow managed to squeeze out a result because it's a team like Southampton. And I get that, but perhaps that's the sign of a good team, right? The ability to squeeze out results even when you aren't looking great. The ability to squeeze out results, perhaps you shouldn't, if we're honest. Perhaps that's the sign of a good team. But recently, when we've been playing teams like Real Madrid and Man City, we've looked amazing. We've looked so good. And that's our recent form. We're really coming into our stride now, really coming into form. And I think you've got to question other teams' title chances. You give Liverpool maybe like a 40, 35% chance of winning the league just because there are so many other teams. that are in and around there and other fixtures and whatever it may be. But you got to think, surely we've got to be favourites at least. We're really coming into form now, and we are the best team in Europe, the best team in the Premier League, the best team, the most on-form team out there, with a real chance of doing certainly the Premier League and surely we make it into the next stage of the Champions League. People, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know YouTube works, people. Peace.